Yo, what up gamers, welcome to my Fizz guide. Fizz is a hypermobile assassin and one of the best scaling assassins in the game. Watch this video to learn everything you need to know about playing Fizz on the mid lane and subscribe to keep up with future guides. Alright, so we're going to be entering lane here with the Corrupting Potion. Spinning what you always want to start with is Fizz. It's going to give you much needed sustain to get you through the laning phase. Ensure you always have the mana to cast your abilities as much as you need. So in the level 1, we can either start with W or E. In this matchup, we're going to be starting E. Typically, what I'll do is I'll wait to see whether the enemy mid laner is going to shove in the wave at level 1. Some people will just try and shove in the wave as fast as they can at level 1 to try and make you miss farm at the turret. So if that happens, you can just start W to loss hit more easily under turret. However, if they don't do that, then you just want to take E in order to just pretty much AoE the minions and get some last hits, while taking as little damage as possible. Now here we're also going to be giving up some casters in the level 1, just because we don't want to be avoiding as much poke as possible. It's not really worth taking one of those caster last hits just to be tanking like Alessandra Q and 2 autos. It's important to maintain as much HP as you can, even though you got the Corrupting Potion. You don't want to be giving up too much HP just for like one caster last hit. Yeah, like that for example, not even worth. I just misplayed there. Important to note that your W resets off of minion lost hits, so it also refunds most of the mana, so it basically costs you nothing to do that. You have a very easy time loss sitting under turret as Fizz early on. So you can go for a quick trade here. Didn't really need to use the E, so we're just going to hold on to that. We could have avoided like one auto attack worth of poke there, but it's not worth it. We're just going to hold on to that for now, just in case it would be needed for anything like a Hackroom gank, or in case we want to go back in here. Gonna do that now. This time we're just going to go for the longer trade. So use that E for the damage and just land one more auto attack. And now you can see she's a lot lower. We've got a lot of sustain here with the Corrupting Potion. Going to be able to get some HP back with that. So basically you're just going to be relying on out-sustaining your opponents in the early game. Yeah, you can see that we got power over the wave. Now Alessandra has to be the one playing a bit defensively. You can see just using my W to loss hit all of those. Probably just gonna want to base her maybe. Never mind. Oh, that's just gonna be tanking that wave too long. You can just try and go for a kill on Hackroom here then instead. Okay, tanking that turret shot was not part of the plan. I don't know if I really could have played that any better, honestly. I suppose I could have like tried to flash sooner, but it might have still been in turret range. I was really hoping that I just wouldn't take a turret shot there, even taking some time to step a bit in the right direction. But oh well. We're just gonna grab the Ionians here. CDR is very good on Fizz. It just makes you more mobile. You're super reliant on cooldowns. By the way, in the level 4, we put another point in W instead of E, although we are going to be maxing E. So basically the reason for that is E is your best ability, it just mainly because it makes you very mobile. However, in the early game, just one extra point in E is not going to make you too mobile, and another big factor is the wave clear. However, again, it's not going to be too much of a factor for wave clear. You're not going to be one-shotting the casters until level 9, sometimes level 7 if you get enough Dark Seal stacks. So in the early trades, you're much more reliant upon W than you are upon E. And so by putting another point in W, you just basically improve your trades a little bit while not really delaying overall having your E maxed. You're still going to have it maxed by level 9. Okay, we're going to go for a quick trade here. Able to dodge the Q there with the E. That's beautiful. Just go for another quick trade here. Okay, I didn't mean to take the third shot. Not really worth it, but oh well. Still overall in a good spot here. And now we just hit the level 6. And we're going to be able to force the flash just like that. Fortunately, kind of running low on mana here. And I'm also out of corrupting pot stacks. So just going to be looking to shove the wave here and probably base. Just going to slowly chip away at the wave. So one thing also that you can do against more mobile matchups, for example, it kind of sucks to like fully max your E. Just for your E to get dodged every time by some champion with a dash, like for example ZW or Z ult. You know, just any kind of like mobile matchup like that. So what you can do is you can put 3 points in W instead of 2 points. And in fact, even just 1 point in W, which is what we do in all matchups anyway, at least I personally do, is already like much better than just fully maxing E and just then never getting to land an E during the laning phase. You still do want to fully max the E, probably, just because it's so important for your mobility. But you will definitely get a better laning phase against those mobile champions by putting just 3 points in your W for the laning phase. You can also just fully max your W if you want. It'll like make you stronger in the 1v1. Oh, this guy. I've been trying to base for ages, man. It does make you stronger in the 1v1. However, you will like be weaker in skirmishes and team fights for not having a fully maxed D. So the compromise is just putting 3 points in W and then maxing E. I'm just gonna use my ultimate here to try and clear as much of this wave as I can. Wow, that was actually a lot of the wave. Thank you, Lissandra, for standing smack bang in the middle of that wave. Appreciate it. And now we're finally gonna be able to base. Not really the ideal base that I wish I had been, but oh well. So, okay, I'm just gonna go for Dark Seal here instead of the Yamp Tome, because that also gives me the opportunity to grab a Sapphire Crystal here. So as you can see, we're quite reliant on the mana. Gonna be heading towards the Luden Zeko. So Fizz has a lot of synergy with Protobelt, but unfortunately, you just struggle a bit with mana. Luden Zeko kind of fixes that. Okay, so we can consider going bot here. We don't have ult right now, but it seems there is going to be a fight. We'll just see if there's anything to do on this bot fight. See if the fight is still going on when we get here. It's looking like probably not, unfortunately. However, we could just turn back towards mid lane, but there's just a free wave for us here. Our carry is dead, so there's nobody farming this. I can just stay here. We know these guys have pretty much no cooldowns right now. I'm going to be getting ult soon. At the very least, I'm preventing them from shoving in this wave. Nobody's shoving in mid wave anyway. Yeah, here's Lissandra, so... yeah, that guy might be in trouble, though. Alright, perfect. They definitely fucked up just ignoring me there. We're just going to be able to flash onto TF here, get away from Lissandra in the process. And we just approach Lissandra, and just as soon as we get in range, she can't touch us, and we just execute her. Perfect. So I'm just going to requisition that cannon there. Needed it for my, yeah. Gonna be able to grab the Lost Chapter here, and the Blasting Wand. Not quite got the Ludens, but you know, that cannon gonna set us a long way towards that. Gonna be able to get it that much faster on our next back. So we're currently sitting on 6 Dark Seal stacks. That might just be enough for us to be able to one-shot the casters now with E, even though we don't have it fully maxed yet. We'll see. Yeah, beautiful. There we go. I just wanted to test that. We now actually do have the E maxed, so it doesn't matter too much. But you know, for future reference, you can technically be one-shotting those waves if you have enough Dark Seal stacks. It's hard to say exactly how much HP is necessary because, you know, the caster's HP does, like, just constantly change. You just either can do it or you can't. Only one way to find out. Anyway, so you should be roaming a lot throughout the laning phase. You do have a kit that is like pretty well suited towards getting solo kills against, against squishy opponents. However, Lissandra in this particular case, not really one of them. But even if you're against a more vulnerable opponent like Veigar, it's nice to get like 1 or 2 solo kills, sure. But there is a lot more gold to be obtained through successful roams than just getting constant kills over your lane opponent. And it's just the easiest way to carry as well. If you can win one lane for your opponent as well as your own lane by getting those constant kills, then it's much better than just winning your own lane. It's nice to get like I said, 1 or 2 solo kills over your opponent to, just set them behind a little bit and get yourself a lead that can give you higher chances of getting successful roams in the future. But definitely don't just like sit in lane all game. Not unless there's just nothing to do on side lanes. You can definitely carry a lot harder just by focusing on roaming. And especially in a matchup like this where against Lissandra, you know, her ultimate should be pretty easy to block our ultimate. Gonna block out a lot of our burst. So we don't know, like, waste a bunch of our time trying to get solo kills that are unlikely to happen. Like, at this point, we already have a big enough lead that we're only just gonna, like, go for small trades against Lissandra and only kill her if she just really fucks up, pretty much. So right now, I'm just gonna go for this plating. Hopefully it's free. Hopefully I don't get ganked by Hakarim. So the dash into Lissandra. Yeah. Okay. Was gonna kill her, but she flashed. So, okay. Ah, we just barely die though. That was actually pretty clean. So it's whenever you're going for this combo where you're like gonna E and Q onto somebody, you can try and position your E so that you can then Q in an angle that can also serve as an escape. So there, we did do it right. We basically angled the key for a perfect escape. Unfortunately, we do still die to the ignite and to the electrocute. It happens. And we finished the Luden's Echo. Now going to be going for the Zhonya's. You can also go for Lich Bane second if you want. Definitely going to give you a lot more damage. However, the flexibility of Zhonya's is just going to allow you to go for a lot more plays that wouldn't otherwise work, but definitely can through the stasis of Zhonya's. We're also going to go with the stopwatch instead of the other AP components of Zhonya's, just so we can go for more plays as well. I think our damage right now is just more than enough for the most part. And hopefully this will allow us to go for like an extra kill that we wouldn't otherwise be able to get without dying ourselves. So I mean right now, for example, I definitely don't want to go for the ult on Lissandra, but I can just go for a quick harass. Oh, okay, she just I could just maybe just go for a kill here. Let's see. Yeah, it's just an easy kill. Didn't even have to stopwatch. I was actually literally just only going for like a quick harass combo. Just to, you know, get some pressure in this lane. And maybe go for some roams. But she just wasted her stopwatch there and just gave us a free ultimate. So yeah, I guess we'll just do that. Okay, and unfortunately now we don't have ultimate for the Hakarim here. But he's trying to solo the Drake, which might not work out too well. We'll just try our best to disrupt them here. There's not going to be too much to do though. Nice ultimate from Lux, but yeah, just going to have to hop out here. And we can just try and hop in here for round 2. We still got the stopwatch. Still got that for the playmaking. Okay. So hitting my E on both TF and Hakarim there just because I can. Just in the name of efficiency. Let's see if we can maybe just dive the Yasuo here. Oh, okay, I probably should have just done the single E. Yeah. Just going to be able to pack up a triple there. So one big thing you need to know about Fizzy is that it has a wider range when you just do the single cast. Nice. But a much smaller range when you do the double cast. So the advantage of the double cast is it travels a wider distance and it does it faster. Whereas E, it keeps you up in the air for longer. So you're going to spend more time invulnerable and you're not as likely to like overshoot your target as I did there. Both have their uses. E just typically is better if you just want to focus more on the mobility. E tends to be a better choice for dealing damage, so long as you can actually already reach your target. And it also gives a slow, whereas the double cast doesn't. So we can just see if we can maybe get a roam here. I like to switch the red trinket. Sometime around level 6, anytime is fine. Just makes you able to scout out the enemy wards. So I know I haven't been seen here, so I'm just going to wait and see if the Yasuo will overextend. And he does. And you see, if we hadn't had the red trinket, I would be thinking that I probably got seen, so I would just back off, right? But because I know that I didn't get seen, it's just a matter of patience. So we know he's got the shield bow there. I know that the E is not going to be enough to just one-shot him. But with the ultimate combined, that's just going to be an easy kill. So we're also going for the Sheen here now. We're now going for the Lich Bane. Lich Bane is just a massive amount of damage on Fizz, mainly because he just procs it so easily with his WQ combo, or just, you know, just Q in general is going to be a seamless way to integrate it into your combo. And you can do that on a relatively low cooldown. It's just huge synergy with Fizz. It's just gonna add a lot of burst. So we don't want to like overextend here using E to use a WQ combo into Lissandra. If she were to overextend, then we can WQ her, but otherwise we're just gonna focus on clearing the wave. I'm just gonna base here because I'm not sitting on a whole lot of mana. That being said, she's just tanking the wave right now. I'm also just a little bit overextended, so we land that combo. We're gonna force her ultimate here. We still have the E. Oh, come on. Okay, we're just gonna angle ourselves where the Q is an escape. You don't only have to angle it with your E, for example. That was a good example of how you can just, you know, just walk in a direction where your Q actually gives you an escape rather than only putting you deeper. So I could definitely escape from Hecarim easier there by walking backwards than I could just by walking forwards, just because it gave me a better Q angle. Unfortunately, gonna get a bad recall here. It's a shame because I could have gotten a solo kill there, but I'm just gonna upgrade this Dark Seal into a Mejai's. It's not always a smart choice, but I'm pretty confident here. I've got the Zhonya's. I'm gonna, you know, it's a gamble. I don't necessarily recommend this. I'm just gonna do it this game in particular though, because I'm feeling pretty confident. I think I can keep these stacks up. I couldn't complete the Lich Bane anyway, so anything else I could get wasn't gonna be a big power spike. Anyway, we're gonna go for a quick bolt and roam here. It seems like it's gonna be working out. There we go, just gonna be a fast kill there, and fast double as well. Awesome. Ooh, another note about the single cast E versus double cast. With the single cast E, you can actually flash mid-dash, and you can just basically land the E onto somebody. I haven't needed to do it yet, but we'll see if I can do it a bit later on. So again, with her ultimate there, it's the same thing as we did to Lissandra, basically. I'm just gonna use Zhonya's here in case Lissandra ults me. Okay, I should be alright here. Yeah, alright. So it's the same with Lissandra's with Kayle. We have so much burst at this point, we don't actually need the ultimate damage. This guy just does not give up ganking me, man. Holy crap. Please die. Alright, awesome. Oh, dude, my E just came up. Alright, I killed both of them, whatever. I still have over 10 Mejai stacks. I'm the winner here. But yeah, at this stage of the game, we have so much burst, we don't actually need the damage from our ultimate to kill most of the squishies on the enemy team. So, like Lissandra and Kayle, for example, we can just use our ultimate to bait their ultimate, because they can't afford to just tank the ult. If they tank our ultimate, they're going to get knocked up, and we're going to hit them with WQ as well, and, you know, they're just going to get one-shot immediately. So they have to ult if we ult them. And that's just the method of forcing their ultimate, so we can then just kill them with the rest of our abilities. You don't always want to do that. Like in laning phase, for example, it can be a solid strategy if you have enough damage to like significantly chunk them out. But you're only going to chunk them out. You're not going to kill them, right? A lot of the time, it's going to be better to save your ultimate for those roams or for a jungle gank, which is more likely to actually result in a kill. You would only want to ult in that sense just for harass if you're getting pressured really hard in lane and you need to like buy yourself some room to breathe. I typically do that a lot against the Orianna matchup, for example, because she can just play super aggressively. And you kind of have to put her in her place sometimes. It's annoying when you have to do that though, because then you don't have your ultimate to roam, as I said. But you're not going to roam either if the enemy mid laner is playing super aggressive and not letting you push any waves. And we're going to be able to get the Lich Bane here. Super sick. So now we've also got a lot of movement speed. We're sitting on 442 movement speed. That's from the Mejai's and from the Lich Bane. So I've already mentioned that Fizz is one of the best killing assassins in the game. And that's just because his burst is just really, really like easy to land. It's really fast and skills super well with items. The BQ combo by itself is already a significant amount of damage. Add Lich Bane to that. Oh, that's a lot of CC. My bad. Yeah, add Lich Bane to that, and you can just pretty much almost one-shot people just with a WQ combo. Add any other ability to that, and it's a kill. You don't even have to kill people as well. You can just chunk them out with WQ and just get out, and then just maybe, you know, go back in again whenever you want, whenever you got your cooldowns back up. Like, for example, with the hacker, I'm sure we're not going to be one-shotting him, but we can definitely chunk him out. So unfortunately lost my Mejai stacks now. But hopefully I'll be able to get them back. Oh man, that's rough. So later on in the game, once you got plenty of mana from your Ludens, you can actually just start to use your E for mobility a whole lot more. You can just use your abilities as a whole for more mobility. I could maybe dive here. Never mind, the TF would stun me. This Hecarim just does not give up, man. Okay, I knew nobody would be able to win the ball there in time. So we just Q in and E out. Their team was like super out of position there. There was nobody actually protecting the TF. It was a narrow window, but I could tell that I could just get a kill there. I'm just gonna Zani's here. I don't want to get feared. Gonna flash out. Now we got our E back up. We can go back in, but I get rooted again. Damn. Almost could have been a sick play. I mean, it was. We did pretty well for ourselves there overall. Got my first assist there too. Only had kills before that. Yeah, I actually probably could have considered just running Legend Tenacity here instead of either Triumph or Coup de Grace. Personally, I would always just keep the Triumph because I really love that effect, but yeah, so I think swapping out either one is fine. You can just use it against matchups where you're going to be facing a lot of CC. So if Lissandra, for example, got the W, got the ultimate. It's already a decent amount of CC just in my lane opponent. And we've also got the Hecarim ult. We've got the TF stun. So yeah, maybe Legend Tenacity would have been a good choice here. Probably would have a lot less deaths here if I had that, but it will. Probably would also have less kills, to be fair, if we were to give up the damage from Coup de Grace. But it's definitely something you should consider against high CC comps. And definitely high CC matchups. Lane matchups. So always be mindful about what angles you use the Q. Not just like in those like clutch situations where you're trying to escape a gank, but also, you know, in general, when you're like navigating the map, you can just always try and position yourself in a way where your Q will take you to where you want to go. Whether that's a roam or back to your base or towards an enemy. Really just depends. Oh, but always try and be mindful. Don't just like Q with no like idea of where you're actually gonna end up. So here, for example, we use E to wave clear, and then we also Q onto a melee minion backwards. So even though we just basically like dashed right in front of their faces, we're still safe overall. Okay, hopefully we can catch somebody out with the ultimate here. Oh, we didn't. Oh well. Gonna go and Hecarim there because I know Kale would just ult. Okay, we almost got the Hecarim. Not quite though, but... Okay, that was way too early on my aim, my bad. Didn't avoid the stun, or sorry, the Lissandra passive, and I didn't even avoid the... and I didn't even hit damage her after she came out of Zani's either, so it was pretty poorly timed. Hecarim being way too greedy here. I can maybe get him, we'll see. He doesn't have ult, should have E. Yeah, this is just easy. You can just see just how insane the damage is right now. But this is not even where we peak. So after Rabadons, that's when Fizz's damage becomes really, really crazy. It has to be specifically after you've already completed at least the Lich Bane though. Because part of the reason why you get so much burst after Rabadons is the AP ratio on the Lich Bane as well. So now we're going to have a crazy amount of AP. Went from about 450 AP to 680 AP, so gained about 230 AP there. And at this point, you will see that my WQ combo at this point just almost one-shots people. This is just what happens when Fizz is elite. So let's see what happens here onto the kill. Yeah, that was literally WQ and the auto. procs the electrocute, and she was almost dead. I think she literally would have just died to my W damage over time if I just left her. But I mean, I'm not just gonna leave her. I'm not gonna leave it to chance, right? It's just a crazy amount of burst. And this is why Fizz is just such a great assassin late game. Obviously, a lot of assassins have, you know, a pretty ridiculous amount of damage. You know, Kiana could easily just one-shot a champion, like, you know, as hard as this. Probably even harder. But it would take a lot more of her abilities, and it would take a lot more commitment. So Kiana goes in, it's a lot harder for her to get out. Fizz goes in, immediately E out, immediately Zhonya's, and then what do you know? WQ is back up. What do you know? This, I just completely overkilled my ultimate there. I mean, it just was not necessary for the kill at all. Yeah, you just have the combo on such a low cooldown. And it's so easy to escape once you've committed the WQ as well. So let's go for round 2 on the kill here. Boom. See, she would have been dead. 100%. And then we got the Q back up for the escape. Easily. We're just so slippery while dealing so much damage. They just keep sending one person one by one after me. It's not gonna work. What do you know? Oh, okay, I messed up. I could have followed her one more time. But you know what? Doesn't matter. One by one is not gonna work, guys. You tried it 3 times now. Not worked once. Try again. It's gonna take their entire jungle here. And so again, we position ourselves with the E deliberately in a way. Crap. Where the Q the Q is gonna take us closer to the Gromp because we want to go to the Gromp after this, right? Now hopefully able to kill Hakram here. Okay, my Q got cancelled. Unlucky. Yeah, you know what? That didn't work. And now we know. So at this point, yeah, we could just sell the Mejais for the Void Staff. Gonna be a bill SAP unfortunately, but it's gonna be a whole lot more damage overall since we get the Magic Pen. Even onto targets who aren't building magic resistance, you know, they still get a lot of base magic resistance, especially, you know, these days more than ever after the durability patch. Every champion gets scaling more now. Definitely will make bursting the Hecarim, for example, a lot easier. Alright, let's go Yi, see what you can do. Oh my god, that was a lot closer than I thought it would be. Okay, so at this point, we are actually full build. You pretty much already witnessed what I can do at full build, though. We're just going to be doing the same thing that we were doing before. You know, the pretty much one-shots with the WQ, just a little bit harder. Wee tiny little bit harder. So that kind of just pretty much gets 2-shot. Yeah, I could definitely one-shot one of them, but I don't want to get CC chained and die, so... Would be much better to approach them if I know they're alone. Damn, I nailed that. Oh my god, yeah, you see that damage. Oh crap, I should have committed on the kill there. And there we have it, the actual E-Flash. I think I landed on kill. Your E does so much damage at this stage of the game, you know, it can be really deadly. The enemy's just not expecting it. Yeah, I mean, you've seen my damage. At this point, if I land an E and then a WQ onto anybody, they are dead. There's no surviving that. So the E-Flash combo is just a way to land your E damage, which is otherwise a little bit unreliable, because it can be so easily dashed or flashed. I mean, this way it just gives them so little time to react. Also, in that particular situation, it's a lot rarer to be able to get to use it there, like I did there. But for example, there, I realized, you know, Kayle ulted the Hecarim. Suddenly, I was going to land my E on the Hecarim, but suddenly, you know, it's not going to deal damage. So I just reposition it onto the kill instead. You know? Oh, this should be an easy kill. Watch this. I'm so confident I'm just going to use my E on the wave instead of Yasuo, but here we go, here we go, here we go. Just playing with him. I was just gonna just straight up try and WQ him to death, but he was running away, so I had to ult. So we're gonna grab the blue here. Obviously, we're full build at this point. We don't want to be taking like gold from our teammates, but wow, yeah, you see that damage with blue? Just one shot. Crazy. How many assassins can do that late game? We'll see if we can find anybody here. No? Where the hell did they go? Somewhere over here, I guess. Nice. See if we can grab anybody else here. Okay, you know what? I was expecting some follow-up from her, but I guess the Zanias will just end up being for style points. Oh. Nice exhaust. Yep. This late game is pretty decent. So obviously it's only looking quite this good because I got a pretty massive lead over the opponents. Overall, Fizz's late game is, you know, not as good as, you know, like an actual hyperscaler like Kale, for example. But as far as assassins go, it's definitely maybe even the best of any assassin. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this guide. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more guides like this in the future, guys. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Later, gamers.